Monty's coming at your hall. Close to your door. Nice. Deimos is hall. Deimos is hall. Last hall. Last hall. Two crash on two. Dude, what are you?
Hello everyone, today I'm going to be talking about my Rainbow Six Siege settings. I've been getting a few requests to go through what I use. So first, credentials. I am currently ranked 6,536. I quit playing on this account as soon as I hit champ because of all the cheaters, but I was able to hold a 1.4. I had a 1.5 for most of the season. Towards the end, dropped to 1.4. So I'm not carried. Joining the settings. General, nothing really matters too much. The only one that I think is not default is Pickup Diffuser. I don't know what it's defaulted to anymore, but I have it on both, just so I can easily run over defuse and pick it up. And then Drone after prep, I have on manual, just so once prep phase ends, I don't get kicked off a drone if I am droning in a buddy or droning an enemy out or running my drone away from someone or anything like that. You can manually get off your drone. I would recommend it. There's no harm in doing it, only benefits. HUD, everything again should be on. I know compass I have simplified, just a little smaller, nothing too crazy. Going down here. Yeah, you can slow this down if you would like. Everything is default, except for coming down here to environment. I have teammate outlines turned off just because sometimes my teammate's outline will line up with an enemy. So my teammate will be behind a wall and an enemy will swing me and they kind of line up and I don't shoot because I don't want to, it looks like I'm about to TK. So it's easier for me to have this off. And then usernames I have off just because it's a little easier to see. And I generally play with the same people who play the same operator, so I don't have to worry too much about who's playing who. And if I'm talking to randoms, I just use the operator name. I don't try to use their actual gamer tags. Everything else should be turned on down at the bottom. The only thing I have turned off is operator guides because I know how all the ops in the game work. Jumping over to audio. Obviously English for me. Subtitles I have off just because I don't, again, clutter, I don't like seeing stuff. Dynamic range, I have night mode. Now night mode is, in my opinion, the best because things that are very loud, such as explosions, flashbang sounds, all those types of things are slightly quieter, but quiet noises are louder. So like footsteps, silenced guns, people punching things, those are all louder because of this mode. So I recommend playing around with it, but I recommend night mode. Volume doesn't really matter too much. I have the music turned off just because it's annoying for me. But voiceover presets I have on maximum. All this on. Another one that's important is mono/stereo output. Definitely stereo. Mono makes it hard to tell where things are coming from. Everything else, just the headset and mic I'm using, voice chat, everything like that. Push to talk for me. I don't like having it on anything else. Push to talk for sure for me. Display. So under display, I'm running 1920 1080 on my monitor. I run full screen. For me, there's no reason to be in any other mode. Refresh rate. Definitely put it to the highest you can go. So what you want to do is make sure your monitor, if you have a 144 hertz monitor, that your monitor is running at 144 hertz because it's the highest you can go, and then you match it in game. If you don't know how to check that, I will be going through it at the end of this video, talking about how to look at your monitor and mouse settings and all that stuff just to make sure everything is set up correctly and will help your gameplay. Aspect ratio is mostly personal preference. I've been playing 4:3, which is the stretched res for 2-3 years at this point. So I'm not going to change anytime soon. Another good one is 1610 is a really popular one. So you can toy around with it, see what you like the most. Don't change it too often because it does mess with your sensitivities because things are stretched or not stretched, so your sensitivity will be a little different. So definitely don't, if you've been playing on one for years, don't switch right before a ranked game. VSync off for fastest response, low latency, FPS limit off, widescreen letterbox off. Field of view, it's recommended by all pros, 84 to 90. I've messed around with it. I was 84 for a while, 85 now. That's what I like. Again, you can mess with it. It's not a huge deal. I just would not go below 84. Brightness I have on 49 right now, and I do sometimes up it to about 56 depending on what map I'm on. Some maps are slightly darker than others, especially with the graphics changes that they made recently. Moving over to graphics, this is, for me, where it differs a little bit from some people. Mine, I don't really care about how my game looks, I care about how it runs. So texture quality, very high. Texture filtering, linear for the fastest response. Lowest latency. LOD quality, ultra. Shading quality, medium, so that the game doesn't look terrible. I could go lower and get more frames, but it's not worth it for me. Shadow quality, you want at a minimum of medium. Now the thing with this is, if you go low, you can no longer see shadows. Shadows are then taken out of the game. So if you have it on at least medium or high, or I guess is there ultra? Yeah, very high. If you have it on medium, then shadows will be available, which means if an enemy is about to peek, you can see their shadow sometimes before you see them, so you can pre-fire them. So if you have it lower than medium, you won't be able to see that, so definitely at least medium. Reflection, low for me, low, low. All of this is turned off. Definitely turn these off. Anti-aliasing. If I'm really trying, and like if my game's running a little bit weird or anything, I'll turn this off to get the max frames. But I like to have a little bit smoother look instead of seeing some pixels, so I run TAA with 100 scaling and 50 rendering. Sometimes I'll mess around with it if I'm doing like thumbnails and stuff, but this is how I generally play, is either TAA or off. Right now I'm playing TAA. Controls. So raw input on for me. I saw a drastic improvement when I turned this on. I don't exactly know what it does, but I did notice that everything felt more responsive, like it says. It improves reactivity. So mess around with it, see what you think. Mouse inversion, definitely off for me. I run 400 DPI on my mouse with an in-game sense of 10 horizontal and 18 vertical. You don't want to go too high. If you're looking around in game and it looks very shaky, you might want to look at your DPI first. If you're running 1600 DPI with like a 30 in game, definitely lower your DPI first. And every time, say you half it in your DPI from 1600 to 800, try doubling your in-game sense for a little bit and see how that feels, and then kind of just toy around with it. So this is where I'm at right now. Very, very comfortable with it. Mouse 8 inch sensitivity. The only two that matter for me are the 1 time and 2.5 time. So I'm on advanced. So if you do standard, it's just a 1-to-1 ratio. I run advanced, so you can just mess with each site individually. So this is what I'm running right now. Got very comfortable with it so far. Scroll is enabled for me. Yeah, that's how I change weapons. Gadget deployment, advanced, advanced. You definitely want to use advanced here, just because it is the best. Aim, I'm a hold aimer guy. You can run toggled if you want. I'm a hold guy for sure. Lean, I would definitely recommend toggle unless you're like one of the top players in the world who can play hold, or you've gotten completely used to it and your movement's really, really good. Definitely do toggle so you don't have to do finger gymnastics every time you try to lean on people. Sprint, hold, crouch, toggle, prone, toggle, walk, hold. So you can easily go from walking to, or like slow walking to walking, normal speed and everything. Controller, I don't play controller at all. And then accessibility, I'm running the green site right now with 85. For me, putting up to 100 is sometimes hard to see, so I'm down to 85. Don't go too low though. I see some people play really low, and I don't know how they do it, to be honest. Screen shake, go to off. Don't even mess with it. It's better for you to go off. And then stun, VFX, up to you. These are the rest of them. The rest of the settings, so that's what I have in Siege. Now if we jump out, if you go to your mouse settings, first thing you'll see is this is on Windows 11. It looks a little bit different on Windows 10, but come up to your Windows, your settings, go to mouse settings, and then go to additional mouse settings, or it might say advanced mouse settings. So what you're going to do is you'll pull it up, go to pointer options, and turn off uncheck enhance pointer precision. That's very important. What that does is if you have it on, if you were to go an inch of your mouse pad slowly, it would go a very small distance on your screen. But if you were then to go an inch on your mouse pad again, so same distance in real life, but very quickly, it would actually go further on your screen, which means you're not going to be as consistent. So turn that off, and you hit OK. Or apply, then OK. A little lag there. Then we got my NVIDIA settings. If you want to look at what my contrast, gamma, hue, all those things are on for the color that I get, this is what I'm running right now. I'm going to copy that down. I don't know about any other programs, but I run NVIDIA. And then the last thing you want to do is go to display settings. You want to come down to advanced display. Once you're in advanced display, you'll see your monitor that you play on. Find your monitor. If you have two monitors, you'll have two options. Choose refresh rate. A lot of people I know personally will have a 240 hertz monitor, which is even better than what I have, and they will have it set to 60 hertz, and they don't know you have to change it in here first. So first thing you want to do is make sure that this is at the highest it can go, and accept that. So that's what you want to do first, and then you go back into game. You go to display and match it here. So you want it to be as high as possible. Other than that, that is all of my settings. Hope that all of you have enjoyed. Again, don't copy settings of people who you think are good necessarily. You can try out some of it, but don't just copy. Definitely make it fit your playstyle, make it fit your experience in game. You don't want to just copy things because generally it's a little more personalized than that. So aside from that, hope everyone's having a great day, and I'll talk to you on the next one.